Good day, how are you doing? It's a little bit chilly here in the Northeast today. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about framing saws. I recently acquired the Dewalt brushless 60 volt framing saw. It has a brushless motor. I actually got their other 20 volt one a couple of years ago. We just needed it. Something in the shop, something in the back of the truck for cutting up small stuff. And this actually became, one of my guys actually fell in love with this thing and used it as his everyday saw. Still uses it as his everyday saw. He goes through plywood with it. It's not big enough to really cut studs, but it's a nice saw. So up until recently, prior to this, my go-to saw was my Bosch. I love this saw. This replaced a skill saw that I had for 15 years or so that finally took a header off of a roof. Bosch was the closest thing I could find. It was lighter than the skill saw. I believe it was actually made by Skill for Bosch with their specifications. It was the first saw I had that you could plug your extension cord right into the back, wrap it around, which was great. Because you remember, the first thing we used to do with the skill saw is get rid of the that short little 6-foot extension cord and cut the end off of a 30 or 40 foot extension cord and wire it into the saw. So that's what I was using. This is what I was used to using. So I was a little skeptical, but I shouldn't have been, and that didn't last long. This has actually become the saw that now rides in my truck, and I really like it. It doesn't quite have the capacity to go much past, it says 53 degrees. I don't know, the Bosch used to go up to 60 degrees, supposedly. Nice, very conveniently, it has a depth guide that is easy to read. And I'll show you some video. We'll take a look at some video of me actually using it. It's a full-size 7 1/4 inch blade. So it'll go through 2x lumber without any problem. You definitely want to keep a couple extra spare batteries. I find myself going through 2 or 3 a day when I'm framing. What I love about this, weight-wise, it's actually not too much more. It's actually about the same weight as my Bosch, which is what I was concerned about with these big batteries. It also has the rafter hook, which I love, but I don't have to worry about the extension cord anymore. What Dewalt has done with the 60 volt system is brilliant. Depth gauges, a ruler on the side. I have no idea what that is for or why you would do it, or what you would do with that. It does have a location for a rip guide. I haven't used a rip guide on a saw since I was an apprentice. If you can't cut a straight line or follow a line, you shouldn't be a carpenter. You need to go find something else to do. So that's really all I have to say. Very comfortable grip. The one thing I don't like is they've come up with this safety feature. All right, it is ambidextrous, and I get it because there's no way of unplugging it, I guess, but I don't like it. You know, I've had to reteach my hand through muscle memory. Just, all you shooters out there, you go use a different gun. You got to train your hand on where the safety is, and to take the safety off as you find your field of view. It's the same thing. I've had to retrain my hand to take that safety off as I go to start the saw. Nice little location. It does have your blade changing wrench. Again, well balanced. I've always, like all my saws, the blades, this blade, I'm missing a couple of teeth. The cleaner and the sharper you keep the blades, the easier it saws. So I no problem ripping through plywood. It will, even with a full charge or 2 out of 3, it will bog down if you're ripping frame and lumber a long way and it's slightly warped, so that it begins, as soon as that begins to pinch on the blade, it will stop. Where the Bosch or the skill saw, they just powered through whatever you gave them. This will stop. So I've had to get used to taking a tri-square or a framing square and kind of sticking it in the cut to keep that wood spread. The other thing that helps it is you keep the blade lubricated. So all in all, a good saw. I don't know if I'd have it as my only saw. I think I'd prefer corded. But having said that, I honestly can't remember. This is about a year old, and since it's going in my truck, I haven't touched a corded saw. So maybe it's, as long as you invest in the 60 volt system, it's probably the only saw you need. This one has become our shop saw. As I said, one of my guys has kind of taken it in on his own for his regular saw, and it's just the 20 volt. It's way too light. It's fine for a little trimming and small jobbing, but it's too light of a saw. All right, that's it. This is your Bosch Dewalt, Dewalt brushless 60 volt saw. And you know, with all this, I think we're going to do a video here in the next week on hammers and the lost art of actually nailing without a nail gun. So thanks so much for watching. See you.